Hello students. Yes, so in this video I'll be explaining on one of the very important form of derivatives very popular in India, which is the futures. Again, this is one of the most important marketable securities which is traded across the world as well, right? So we'll understand now what is future contract is, all what is it all about, how things are going to work here, and what is it all about with respect to the features or the characteristics, what is the mechanism under that, how it should be like traded. We shall understand everything in detail. All right, so to start with, now what is a future contract is all about. See, future contract is basically, it is an agreement, that which requires a party, to the agreement, either to buy or to sell something at a predetermined, it is a specific future date, that is on a predetermined price, where you are going to, where you, in the sense, the two parties who are involved in that particular contract, one is buyer, another one is the seller, the person who sells the instrument. Fine, it can be any kind of that which the commodity, it can be it can be the agricultural commodity such as grains or livestock, it can be imported foodstuffs, also can be coffee, sugar, as such, right? Any kind of financial instrument what you're going to deal in with, right? So basically a future contracts, they are categorized as commodity futures, financial futures, as I said, it involves agricultural commodities, the industrial commodities also, yes, and there can be the imported foodstuffs as well. So basically future contracts, they are based on a future, the financial instrument or the financial index, which is known as financial futures, where it can be classified or segregated into stock index futures, or risk, which is associated with the risk again. Yes, right, because you are going to predetermine the price as on today, where the transaction, the execution, the delivery of your particular transaction is going to happen at a specific period of time, right? Then it also involves interest rate futures and the currency futures as well. And who are the people they are involved in the contracts is that the hedgers are there. Now hedgers are the people where they are going to look for the risk diversification, they look for mitigating or minimizing the risk. Like example, you have the commodity stakeholders involved, and second one, you have members like speculators. And who are speculators? They are the risk loving parties, basically, as I told. See, whether it is a big company or a small company, bigger the capital, bigger the risk. If it is a small company, smaller the company, smaller the capital, of course the small risk what you can expect. See, no matter whatever you do, big or small, of course you will find an element called a risk. But when it is connected with the one of the participants under futures contracts markets, they are speculators. They are actually risk loving parties, they would like to take high degree of risk. So their purpose is that if I take higher the risk, then I'm going to yield higher returns. And apart from that, you have third party who is called as a broker are where they are associated with these selected commodities. They know how they have to deal with the financial instrument, they know when to buy, they know when to sell it, they know in and about the market, they will have the information, right? Then how the mechanics of the future trading is going to happen. See, a future contract which is said to be the form, a kind of a legal agreement. That's the reason why future is said to be the standard contract, right? It is said to be the standard contract then when it is compared to the forward contract, it is same as the future itself, but it is said to be the non standardized. Whereas future is something, it is an agreement between a buyer and an established exchange, or it can be the clearing house, in which the buyer agrees to take the delivery of something. Say for example, a commodity, it can be sugar, it can be coffee, it can be corn, it can be wheat. Well, so I'm just giving you a few examples at a specified price and at the end of the designated period of time, right? So the price, listen to me carefully, the price at which the parties they agree to have a transaction in the future, that talks about the futures price, right? And the designated date, at which the parties must have the transact. It is called as settlement date. Fine, on the day when they are going to do it. Then how the liquidating position is going to happen here? See, most financial futures contracts, they have the settlement dates in the months of mark it carefully, March, June, September, December. I repeat, most of the financial future contracts, they will have the settlement dates in the months of the March, June, September, or the December, right? So the contract with the the closest settlement date is called as nearby futures contract, and the contract which is farthest away in the time from the settlement is called as most distant futures contract. And the party to a future contract has two choices on liquidation of the position. First, the position can be liquidated, that is prior to the settlement date, and the alternative is to wait until the settlement date. That's how the things are going to work under the concept of futures. See, on the other hand, you have one more contract which is called as a forward contract. What is forward contract? More or less this is one and the same, but you have a minute change over here. See, a forward contract, it's a contract between two parties, right, who agree to buy and who agree to sell at a specified quantity, the financial instruments. Yes, that is to sell a specified, the quantity of a financial instruments, or it can also include the commodities at a certain price, at a certain date again in the future. Whereas, forward contracts are not standardized. As I said it a couple of minutes back, it is non-standardized in nature. They are over the counter, like not traded in the recognized stock exchanges. So derivatives, that are tailored to the meet specific user needs as well. So here, what happens, again, it includes certain physical, like the commodities, agricultural products, and the currencies like foreign exchange forwards. The interest rates can also be the underlying assets over there. Enough to understand, now we have got it, an idea about what is futures. So understand the forwards, where they are the customized contracts, unlike the futures, right? So tailor made and more suited for certain purpose, right? Because this is going to happen over the counter. And then what is over the counter? Over the counter is where which is not traded in the recognized stock exchanges, right? And here, it is useful when the futures do not exist for the commodities and financial being considered. Whereas useful in cases future standards may be different from the actual as well, right? So specifically these kind of the forwards, they are made for the particular purposes. Each items unique in terms of quantity, price, it can be date, region can also be, right? So here what happens, they are a kind of bilateral negotiated, bilateral in the sense where two parties are involved. They both are going to have a negotiated price. What is the exposed to the counterparty risk, what is it all about, they would have negotiated. And each contract, it is customized in nature. That is in terms of contract size, what's the expiry date, and the asset type, what kind of asset both the parties are getting into, then what's the quality. Then a contract, it has to be settled in delivery or cash on expiry date. And always the contract price is generally not available in the public domain. And if the party, one of the parties, he wishes to reverse the contract, it has to compulsory go to the same counterparty, which often it results in high prices being charged. That's how the things are going to work. See here, to talk about forwards, there is no fees as such, and there is no risk due to currency fluctuations. And the forwards are usually over the counter products, and it offers a complete hedge also, where you can mitigate your risk. Fine. And there are some kind of disadvantages as well. It is subject to default risk that you have to take, because it's going to happen over the counter, which is not dealt under the recognized exchanges. Then the contracts may be difficult to cancel as well. There may be difficult to find a counterparty, again that matters a lot. Coming back to the futures, It originated actually in Japan during 18th century, and it actually started with trading of a rice, silk also. And it was not until the 1850 that the US started using the future markets, actually the United States, to buy the sell commodities such as cotton, corn and wheat. So today's the future market is a global marketplace, for not only the agricultural goods but also for the currencies and the financial instruments, like you have treasury bonds, securities. Drivers are meeting place of the farmers, exactly, the exporters, the importers, the speculators, as said, the manufacturers, right? So that's how the things are going to work under here. So what is the purpose, what it is going to do? Under future market, it is identified with underlying assets, identified with the proper contract size, and what's the place of delivery, transfer cost, and what's the delivery month where the transaction should be executed when, and what is the pre-specified price that is predetermining, what is the position limits, margin requirements. All these matters a lot. So in order to sum up with this particular concept of futures, what you have to understand, futures are, they are highly standardized contract, because there's a performance of contracts that which is going to happen in form of deferred delivery of assets, that is at the time of final cash settlement. And these contracts, they trade on organized futures exchanges, unlike the forward contracts, right? They happen over the counter and with a clearing association that acts as a middleman between the contracting parties, right? And the contract seller is called short and buyer who's called as a long. Both the parties, they pay the margin to the clearing association, right? So the clearing association, it acts as an intermediary or the middleman, and this is always used as performance bond by the contracting parties. And always the margins paid are generally marked to market price every day. It is very mandatory, where every futures contract, it represents a specific quantity and it is not negotiated by the parties in order to execute the contract. Fine. So this is all about the concept of futures and the difference between futures and the forwards contract under the main bifurcation, derivatives.